All right.
Oh no, I don't have my light up.
I know my OBS, my camera isn't on. Good start. Good start.
Let's go. All right, my light's up. Water.
There we go. My thing's on. I need to get your link again, and then we'll be good. Welcome to Scupstream Part 2, ladies and gentlemen. Because we just got word as we were setting up for the second match, we're starting early. So, with that being said, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first match of the night between Fresno State Blue for their first night, remaking their match against RSU. Joining me tonight is going to be Mr. Ongon himself. Ongon, I hope you're having a fantastic night.
It's going better now that we're actually getting to watch the games instead of not being told they got rescheduled.
Yep, feels good. So, as the match is starting and Laylox is pushing on in, let's go ahead and give the rundown for tonight. So, first up, Fresno State Blue is going to be remaking their match as Laylox with a fantastic goal to start off this first match.
Yeah, very simple play here. All this is a nice pass down from Regicide, and Lalo just puts it into the opposite corner. No one from RSU came out to challenge that, and they gave Fresno way too much time. And like we've said before, we know Fresno is great at generating offense, so giving them opportunities like that is not what you want to be doing as a team.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick start here for the team. And as I was saying before, Laylox came in with a fantastic goal and Regicide with an amazing save from behind inside the net. We're actually going to be getting a doubleheader tonight for Fresno State Blue, as they're going to be also playing that match they originally had scheduled for today against Rogers State Red, coming in at 8:30. So, are you ready for some Fresno State Blue action on gun?
Oh yeah, we get to see the first two games of Fresno State's Blue season. It's going to be quite exciting. Are they going to be able to go 1-1, 2-0, or 0-2? It's kind of all up in the air because if I'm correct, last time I checked, none of these teams have actually played before yet, except for maybe the next team. Oh yeah, the next team they're playing has gone 3-0 against the UT Dallas JV team, where the UT Dallas varsity team is in the Champions League this season, which I'm pretty sure they were in challengers along with Fresno State Blue last season. So playing against the JV team, probably not going to be as good as the UT Dallas varsity team. I mean, you'd assume because they're JV. But we'll need to see because the UT Dallas varsity team definitely dominated their entire poll last time. And here comes Lalo. Great shot on net. Not quite able to get that low enough to go under the bar and in. So we're still stuck at this 1-0 scoreline. It's been kind of back and forth here. Neither team has had great opportunities on the net as of yet. I mean, except for the one goal Fresno had in that shot from Lalo. It's been a pretty quiet game so far.
And Lalo almost had a second goal there, but just barely saved by Jake. But as that happens, Hayanaya able to get the goal there off the rebound.
I think it's Caster's curse. As soon as I say that not much has been happening in the game, they score.
I mean, isn't that the goal of a caster, kind of like to put on a caster's curse?
You put on the caster's curse for the team or you don't curse the team you're rooting for. You make it so it goes against the team you're rooting for. So when the curse does happen, it benefits the team that you're rooting for.
I love the thought. And I just realized they are going up against Rogers State. I just saw the RSU. So it is the other way around. Oh, this is so not scuffed.
Oh, so we're playing...
So they are playing RSU Red.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're starting off with the match they are supposed to be playing today. So this is the team that's starting out the season 1-0.
Yep.
But either way, Fresno State off to a good start. And with 2 minutes left, ooh, Regicide almost there, but Jake with the second save on the night. And Laylox able to contest the ball up in the air and kind of clear it up. Gives High another chance to clear it off to the Fresno State side. Regicide has an opportunity. Beret able to maintain control and keep it in Rogers State's favor. But High just able to get off the rebound and able to score. And that's 3 for the side of Fresno State. And with a minute 34 that's on gone, things are looking good for Fresno State Blue.
Yeah, things are definitely looking good for them this week as compared to their games 2 weeks ago in the activations, that second round of activation games. They're looking much more sound on their fundamentals and just kind of all-around play than they did at that time. So it's good seeing that they've made some well-needed improvements.
I mean, they did look good in their activation games. Like, I don't think they lost a single activation game. Or at least when I was able to broadcast.
No, but the second week of activation games, not a single Fresno team won.
Oh, really?
So,
good to know.
In week 1, we didn't lose any games. In week 2, we didn't win any games.
Good to know. But right now, the team's looking a lot better than they seem to be looking in week 2, according to you. Because right now, they're establishing a good connection. And Laylox with another good save. Ball still can just at midfield. High able to contest it up as Fry is able to clear it out. Red side going to be able to contest the ball. Goes for a 50-50, but goes in favor of RSU. And Laylox with another brilliant save for the Bulldogs. And with 30 seconds left, things are looking good for the Dogs here on gone.
Indeed, definitely seems like they're going to be taking this game 1. A great attempt here from RSU, but this goal here from Bento is going to be too little too late for Benito. So I just see the B-E-N, I didn't see the I, and I'm so like, I watch anime, yes. So you automatically just think of Bento Box.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that came to my head instead of Benito, but that goal from Benito is going to be a little bit too late here for RSU. They are going to get that one for the road, though, get themselves a little bit of motivation going into next game, knowing that they can score on this Fresno State team. And they're just going to need to continue what Benito left off with in their next game.
I think that's all you can really hope for. Hey, we know we can score on this team. Let's carry this momentum. GG, go next. That's all you can really do, right?
Yep. But overall, great game from both teams. UMT took a lot of shots in that game, and their entire team had a lot of saves. So this offensive pressure that we know Fresno very well for is definitely coming out strong in the beginning of this series. The biggest question is, are they going to be able to keep up that offensive pressure? Because there is times where we have seen Fresno teams start off very hot, and then as the other team either figures out how to counter them or they kind of just lose concentration, it gets a little dire towards the end of the series.
Yeah, sounds about right. But I mean, overall, though, good start from both teams. I mean, sure, if you're RSU, you did go down. But on the bright side, though, you are able to get some momentum heading to the next one. Like, not only did Benito get a goal there at the end, but on top of that, you also had Jay coming in with 3 incredible saves for his team. So what was a 3-0 match could have or a 3-1 match could easily been like 5-0 or 5-1. So I think if you are RSU, you just carry the momentum through. You just try your best to just carry it through. But at the same time, Fresno State, you got to keep up this momentum. Like, from what I've seen in the past, Fresno State, they do have a tendency to kind of slow things down. So if I'm the Dogs, I'm keeping my foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah, and that's hopefully what they're going to be trying to do this series. They took a long time there, so I'm assuming that Manny, the coach, had him take a timeout, and Hienaha almost with a great doink shot into the top corner, but just sent that a little too high. And as this ball is going to go into Fresno State side, Jake had an opportunity but got bumped off. And a 50-50 in front of the net goes in favor of Fresno, and they get it farther. Hienaha has no one in front of the net to save that. And Fresno State going up yet again as the first ones of game 2.
Just off the backboard, and you had RSU there trying to go up, 3 men trying to push forward, but once Fresno State was able to contest, it was 2-0. I don't think you could have had an easier goal than that. Once it bounced off the backboard, Hay and I just able to just get the easy conversion. And I just start off
easy conversions, but open nets are always the hardest to score.
Eh, you got a fair point. You got a fair point. Pressure is kind of put on there. But hey, I'd rather take no one in front of me than 3 people just looking to demolish me.
Yeah, currently, again, going to a pretty back and forth game, which we usually don't see very much from Fresno. But they do seem to have that back and forth game down pretty well, as this is a pretty dangerous chance. Lalo has to make that save. He does get it just enough. And coming out of the net, he gets the beat as well, but Jake is back to play that right back into Fresno State's side with a big power hit. Unable to really do anything else with it as Regicide safely played that off to the side. Benito trying to power that through the corner. Fry is attempting as well. Almost gets it past one. He does, but whoever that was, I think it was Jake.
Regicide had like a phenomenal clear though.
Yeah, Regicide had the great clear, but Jake just wasn't able to get there in time to try and get that in for RSU. Get them a tie in this game, which they haven't had a tie other than the 0-0 that you start with in the beginning. So they're definitely going to be trying to look to even this game up before things can get too bad.
And I would like to say, like, something I've been pointing out in the past, like, 2 minutes we've had from kickoff. The ball's been staying on Fresno State's half for the most part. RSU are doing a really good job playing aggressive, keeping the ball on the blue side of the field. And right now, both teams, they're trying to, like, maintain control. You see RSU, like, you got Benito and you got Jake just constantly trying to, like, push forward. And Jake, he's going to be able to get the ball. It's going to be cleared out to the other side, but Lay able to push it through before Regicide from the net, able to clear out to the other side. Regicide comes on in from behind. A chance for Fresno State here, but Fry with the save. A chance there for the Dogs, but RSU able to convert there. And almost had another shot on goal there on gone.
Yeah. Fry just sent that one a little too far off the pinch on the wall, and no one from RSU would have been able to secure that goal as it just went up and over. As Fry gets the flip reset, but Regicide is there to make the save. The 1-2 combo on the defense from Fresno cut off every single chance that Fry had. And even though he had that great flip reset, which went exactly where he wanted it, Regicide was there for the answer.
And that was good control by Fry there on that attack. But that ain't gonna be enough though, as Laylock's able to get another goal. They seem to score the moment we switch off on gone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely. Great pass in the middle from Regicide. I don't know if it was his intention or not, but either way, it went right to Lalo, who was positioned perfectly for that pass. And while there was a defender in the net, that one defender didn't have much of a chance against a straight power shot when that player has pretty much every area of the net to look at, except where the defender's at. As for RSU, almost got one back off the shot by Benito that no one was really expecting. Jake, he puts it off the backboard. Fry doesn't have the boost to follow it up, so he calls in Benito. Was able to send that off the sidewall, but Fresno is going to take control here, try and get this back into RSU's side. Fry will shut that down in the midfield, as RSU is now struggling a little bit to get back on the Fresno side as Jake gets the flip reset, but Benito came in, saw that Jake didn't have a good one, and here's an opportunity for Fresno. No one is back from RSU, but Jake just able to get back. Put all of his boost into that one, and Fry a little bit too high, but I think the defender from Fresno was there as well on that squishy save attempt. And here's Kita off the pass from Lalo on the counterattack play. Fresno slots in their third for the game with 30 seconds left. RSU is in trouble now.
And you gotta give credit there for Fresno State. I believe it was Regicide that was there maintaining control. No, wait. Yeah, I believe it. Was it? No, it was Lalo. Lalo maintained phenomenal aerial control. And Hina just read it perfectly. And right now, Fresno State now with a 3-1 lead. Right after the goal from Jake.
Be in game 3 as well? Are we going to get 3 Fresno goals and then 1 RSU goal real late? mean, they scored it 1 second after their previous goal. Like, the other one was 10 seconds left. This one was 11 seconds left. So, is RSU just always going to score like the last 10 to 11 seconds?
I mean, you never know. I've seen crazier things happen. Maybe this is one of the situations where it just repeats. And now Fresno State, they're going to be up 2-0. And in a best of 3, they just need one more. But Ongon, what do you think about the way Fresno State Blue looks so far?
Oh, they're looking much better than they did on week 2 of activation games. The defense is on point today. They're not double committing. They're not going when they don't need to go. Every play is calculated. They wait for the opponents to make mistakes, and while that does leave them on defense a lot this game compared to last game where they had most of the offensive pressure, it also gives them those great counterattack opportunities like we saw for their third goal, which is just a simple counterattack play, pass right into the middle to the player who's ready, and that ball wasn't going anywhere but in the net.
And then I'll give credit to RSU again. They played, like, their last match, they did really good on the defense. This time it was their offense. Their attack, they had so many great possessions there. Benito with some good possessions. Jake and Fry's ball control was phenomenal. But at the end of the day, Fresno State's defense was immaculate for about 98% of that match. And as we head into the next match, continue on.
It's gonna be a little bit of a kind of depressing loss there for RSU, as the first match when they played defense, they got beat 3-1 by Fresno State, and then the second match where they came out and they were the ones on top of the offense that time, Fresno State also beat them in that game. So it kind of just, it could for them put in their heads mentally that this Fresno State team is not only better offensively, but they're also better defensively than us.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Roger State right now, you're looking to try to find a way to get that middle ground. And right now, they're off to a good start, similar to how they were in game number 2, with the ball staying on the blue half of the pitch. But Fresno State, they have a 2v1 opportunity, but Benito able to stop momentum there. Able to try to keep the ball on that side alongside Regicide. The ball cleared out, though, by Roger State here. Lalo has an opportunity there, but Fry able to contest up there on the 50-50. And the ball's staying around midfield. No one attempting any shots yet. No passes for anyone to be able to kind of like do anything yet. I will admit, though, Fresno State is maintaining control here, but RSU has an opportunity, though. But Regicide able to clear things out. And that kind of resets it from here on out for the moment.
Yeah, definitely did get a nice reset there from Regicide. That was a dangerous chance, but Regicide read the play before it even happened, made sure he got back to be in the net in case it happened, which it did happen. But since he was there, nothing materialized of that great opportunity that RSU had. As a double commit here from RSU is going to give Fresno some time, but Yinha was not able to control it very well. Will eventually get it out up the sidewall. Tries to get another touch, but misses, and now Fry is going to be the one in control. Regicide beats him to that one as well. Another back and forth affair here. Neither team really spending an extended amount of time on the other team's half. But we are currently scoreless, heading to about halfway through this game, which for Roger State is definitely going to be quite a boon, because they know that if they can be the ones to get this first goal, it puts them in an advantageous position, as they've never been the ones to get a lead yet this series.
But there's an opportunity there, but another amazing save here by the Dogs. And Reddside has an opportunity there, but Jake, playing back, is able to control this with ease. Tries to take it up the wall, but Hina able to contest. Now Fry contested up in the air, but unfortunately lose control. Benito does get the demolition, though. But the ball is staying on Roger State's side, and Benito's forced to clear it on out. And gives Jake an opportunity. But Lalo, they're able to read the play perfectly and takes it over to the other side. Gives his boys a chance. And as it bounces off the corner, Fresno State is keeping it on the other side. A double demolition there from the Dogs. Redeside reads the play perfectly off the pass, but unfortunately just doesn't have anything left there to get the shot off, and we remain equalized here.
Yeah, a great chance there from Fresno State. They demoed the last two defenders. And there was no one home to make the save, but Regicide just couldn't quite get enough height and sent that ball up well above the crossbar. And there was nothing that was going to happen when that ball went up that high, as he didn't have enough boost to get there to even try and get the double tap. But Lalo gets the ground pinch. Wherever Jake is there. Jake has been a key player for Rogers State this game, as he's been generating the offense, keeping them secure on defense as well. Kind of doing everything on the side of Rogers State. And as we head down to 1 minute, we are still scoreless with only that early chance from Rogers State and that high ball from Regicide is the two main dangerous opportunities we've seen throughout this entire game. A relatively low shooting game compared to the other ones. Well, oh, here we go with Regicide though. Almost capitalized on a mistake from Jake, but Lalo will eventually get it. Well, Jake was able to at least get the save off of that mistake. Lalo will come in and send that one right down into Rogers State's net, and they give up the one goal of this game with 30 seconds left. Now the question is, are they going to be able to get that back with a signature last 10-second goal?
If there's the time to have that last second goal, now is the time to do it. And Benito has an opportunity there. Fry, the only man back that could have been able to possibly capitalize off of it. But Fresno State's playing aggressive, and Regicide able to convert off of it off the back wall. And I think that's the nail in the coffin here, as Fresno State with a 2-0 lead in their third game in a best of three. I think that might just do it on gone.
Oh, it definitely will. It seems that Fresno State in that situation decided that they were the ones that were going to get that last 10-second goal. As Jake almost did actually get it, but here comes Fry. He does get it. And they still don't want to go down without a fight. Rogers State getting their signature last-second goal. But this time, it's not all for naught, as all they need is one more, and this will be a tie game.
They have the opportunity there. Jake is able to kind of maintain control. 1 second left. The ball's going to remain in the air. Jake able to go through, but 3 defenders are for the Dogs. And despite the last minute scare they're coming on in from Fresno State, or from Rogers State, the Dogs are able to win it out. They're going to take it 3-0, and they're going to start off the season, despite starting a week late, are going to be able to get their first win on the season.
Yeah, definitely a great job there by Fresno, getting that first victory and making it a 3-0 as well. Rogers State, who got their first game and did a 3-0 against UT Dallas JV, that makes me very confident when we're going to go against that UT Dallas team. That should be a pretty, it should be, in respective terms, if since UT Dallas got 3-0 swept by RSU and we just 3-0 swept RSU, it should be a relatively easy game. But just like the activation games, we have seen that a team from activation can turn it up, as I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was
Montana 10.
Montana 10 got 3-1 by Fresno State Blue, who is better than the Fresno State Red team. Not by a whole lot, but they definitely are better. They got 3-1 though, and then they come in to the Challengers Pacific Frontier and 3-1 Fresno State Red in a pretty dominating fashion.
Yeah, and like we've seen it numerous times where a team can go into activation or like one game in, have a struggling game, kind of like a kick to the jaw a little bit, like, hey, this is our time to wake up, and then they turn it up the next week or the week after. That I feel like was the case for Montana 10. And I feel like that little butt kicking the Dogs had 2 weeks ago for the blue team was their wake up call. As we just saw here against Roger State, they played phenomenally. Like they played a solid 15 minutes of Rocket League. I mean, were there times where they didn't have like the greatest time of possession? Yes. Roger State, I think, for the most part, claimed a majority of possession onto the opponent's side of the field. But Fresno State on the pitch did fantastic. Their team play was phenomenal. They set up so many passes to their teammates, that they were able to just keep aggression on and force Roger State to figure out what they need to do to kind of like rebuttal. And unfortunately for them, those rebuttals couldn't work out because Fresno State's defense was spot on tonight.
Yeah, the one lacking part from the Fresno State teams that not only myself, but you a little bit as well after I kind of started hinting you onto it, but a lot of their struggles have been on the defensive side, and they definitely showed this game that their defense has gotten cleaned up majorly. They have to show it to us again in this next game versus UC Santa Barbara as well, though. This is a team that has been well known to get through the Fresno State defense. So is their new defensive setup going to carry them through UC Santa Barbara? Or is UC Santa Barbara yet again going to find a way to just break through that Fresno State defense?
Yep, and then we're gonna go ahead and I think we are gonna take a quick little break. Wait for us to get UC Santa Barbara in. As you see, they are going to be the next match. But before we head into our break, just one little update as well. For those of you that are down here in California, unlike Mr. Ongon, Fresno State is going to be participating in an all-day LAN event tomorrow at the Bakersfield Esports Center for the College Esports Clash of 2023. We're not going to be able to see both the Fresno State Rocket League Blue and Red teams participate in it, but you also see Fresno State Valorant and Fresno State Overwatch also be participating as well in the all-day event happening at 9 a.m. at Bakersfield, lasting all the way through the day, all the way to 11 o'clock at night. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be broadcasting the event. I'll also be able to like hang out with you guys. We do also have one very special sneaky thing coming on in from the players and coaches. We are excited for you guys to see it. But if you do want to attend the event, it is free to attend. So if you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow on Saturday, there's no more football. That's really about it. No more football, so things are kind of dead at the moment. But if you do want to get some action in, stop by, make the drive to Bakersfield, support our team, support the Dogs, and cheer them on as they are in a LAN event in a tremendous setting. It's going to be the first LAN event for a lot of these players. And in addition to that, they are placing some of the top teams throughout California: Sacramento State, UCLA, and many other teams that are in talks of also possibly coming as well. So if you want to see some top tier action, stop on by the Bakersfield Esports Center tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you there. And once again, it is free to attend. We are handing some stuff away as well. So if you want to get in some of those little goodies, why don't you stop on by? It'll be a good time. All right, we'll be back with UC Santa Barbara Blue taking on Fresno State Blue. Or UCSB Gold taking on Fresno State Blue. Never mind, we are jumping into the match.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're going to be starting like right now.
Like perfect timing. Perfect time for an ad.
No ad reads. Only games.
I have to ad read. I have to ad read for my break.
You would sell out?
A little bit. If I'm given the opportunity, I'll sell out. If it benefits the program, I'll do it. To a certain extent. So, this is going to be a weird take for us because guess what? We do not know anything about UCSB, or I think you know a little bit about them. Oh, hang on. We are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty. So we'll go ahead and just jump back on in. We'll see our pretty faces. Some of us more than others. But, Ongon, do you know a little bit about UC Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I do know a little bit about them. I'm pretty sure that we played them in week 2 of activation, and this UC Santa Barbara team has been a thorn in the side of Fresno pretty much throughout the entire times they've played against each other. And while this is, I think, a different team than Blue played in the activation games, it is still UC Santa Barbara, who is, like I said, a thorn. And they are a thorn that doesn't want to go away. So we'll need to see if Fresno State, with their new defense, has enough set up on that back line to finally take that thorn out and put it in the opposite direction.
And we'll see if they are going to be able to get that thorn out of their side as things have gotten started here. And already we got a demo coming on in from the side of Fresno State. Maybe a little bit of like showing some regression, like, all right, you guys beat us last time. We're taking things a whole lot more seriously this time. And a good little clear away. Red side able to get the ball off the clear, but Butter Saucer able to get the ball as it stays on Fresno State's half of the pitch. Engage and Hina contesting at the moment. The ball staying in the right corner of the pitch. The ball quickly moving over to the UC Santa Barbara side. DL able to maintain a little bit of control. Set up for Gages, who's going to be able to bounce it off the wall. Advancing it over to the Fresno State side, but Laylock's able to contest. And the ball making its way over. And Butter Saucer now has an opportunity. But Hayanaya able to contest up in the air. Sets up an opportunity. Gage is not able to get much control there. Laylock's with an opportunity there, but is going to be denied.
Yeah, a great game here so far from both teams. Dangerous chances on both sides, but both defensive backlines have been up to the challenge. As here comes Yinaha, but Butter Saucer is able to get back in time, send that off to the side. I do remember Butter Saucer, but I don't remember the L or Bagels, is that it? Or Gaggers. I think Butter Saucer could possibly be subbing in for this team. Or it is just I'm terrible with remembering names, which I definitely am. I'm better with faces than names. But currently, it's been pretty silent compared to the beginning of this game. Both teams definitely starting to feel each other out a little more now. Not going with that full high-pressure start that we just saw, as a great pass into the middle was cut off very quickly by the UCSB midfield. As Lalo gets that into the center, and Gagas, who was getting bumped in middle, was able to get right back out of the net and send that out before anyone from Fresno can get there. And here comes Santa Barbara with their own attempt shut down easily by Lalo before that got anywhere close.
And once again, a great job by like both teams. They're really trying to get attempts on goal, but nothing really has been like a complete setup yet. And as I say that, Butter Saucer doing it himself, setting himself up off the backboard, goes up into the air, and just a beautiful shot there with two Fresno State members inside the box as well.
Yeah, that's a very hard kind of shot to save when you're a defender. Those waterfall bounces are extremely dangerous because if you jump too early and miss, then it's an easy goal for the offender. If you jump too late, then they can beat you to it, and that's exactly what happened there, as a great defensive play by the L, just barely sending that shot by Lalo off the crossbar. Regicide gets a fake on one. He went for the pass in the middle, but the L again shutting down everything from Fresno right now. This Butter Saucer will eventually get the clear, helped out by the L to send it even farther into Fresno State's side. As Regicide almost made a big mistake trying to dribble it out in front of his net, but luckily he sent that 50 out to the side into safety. But right now, Fresno has been a little bit on the back foot since that one great goal from Gagas. We will need to see if Fresno State can get a goal back, but there's no one in the net. Lalo had to make that play, and he did. Great heads-up play by Lalo, understanding that if the UCSB player got that hit, there was no chance for him to get back in time. And his shot there just casually deflected away by Butter Saucer. Routine save for him as UCSB is putting on a great defensive show for us and almost getting their own goal from Butter Saucer, but Yinaha was able to send that away into safety.
And one thing that's missing from Fresno State's attack as UC Santa Barbara are able to do just what Fresno State's missing, which is setting a place for their teammates. Like a phenomenal center by the L, and Gaga's just able to convert perfectly up center pitch. And that's what Fresno State's been missing. They really haven't been able to like set themselves up lately. Granted, it's because the Gauchos have just been setting themselves up phenomenally, maintaining major control. But even then, the Dogs haven't been able to do much at the start of this first game here, Ongon.
Start of this first game. While it is a 2-0 game, it's not as bad as it could have been. Fresno has made a lot of great saves, and so has UCSB. So this has been, like I said at the beginning, a very fun game to watch between these two teams. The biggest difference has just been that UCSB has been making those cheeky plays, using their teammates, getting it past the Fresno State defenders in any way possible. While again, it feels like this Fresno State offense is a little bit reverting back to that. This is a kind of 1v3 situation where when I've got the ball, I'm the only one that can score, instead of when I've got the ball, I've got options of teammates and ways to outplay the defenders.
Yeah, I completely agree. And as you look at the scoreboard there, like, you could tell like where possession was for the most part. Like, not a single Fresno State member over to 100. And just the amount of shots on goal from UC Santa Barbara compared to the Dogs, it's a big difference. And I think that played a key part in UC Santa Barbara's little takeover here on match 1 as we head over into game number 2 to start things out. All right, if you're Fresno State, what are you looking to change up?
It's kind of difficult, but I would say I would be looking to change up the way that we're playing offense. Maybe try and take it a little bit slower, stop trying to force it through the UC Santa Barbara defense, because what we've been doing for offense right now hasn't been working. There has to be some way to break through the Santa Barbara offenses. They might get an early one here. Yes, they do. Gaga is off the clear pass from the L. And again, two players from Fresno State are going for a ball that neither of them really needed to be going for. Very dangerous commit there from both players. Left their last player in no man's land. And this is where we're starting to see Fresno State's offense especially panic. We need to see them be calm and collected, make sure that they're making good plays. Don't try and overextend like we saw in that first goal. Just play simple, play smart, use your teammates, and eventually you should be able to break through this UC Santa Barbara offense.
And hopefully so, but right now, UC Santa Barbara, with the ball just sitting in front of the pitch, Buttersaucer able to convert. And despite it taking almost 4 minutes for someone to finally score in that game 1, UC Santa Barbara already up 2-0 here to start things off in game 2. And as he enters,
Santa Barbara is just in the driver's seat, and they're playing it there comfortably. Nothing really looks like it's going to take them out. And most of the time you talk about a suffocating offense from teams, and while UC Santa Barbara does have a very good offense, I would say their defense is much more dangerous than their offense. We saw last game that they didn't even let 2 of the players on Fresno State get shots on the net. The only player with shots on the net was Lalo, and he only had 2.
Ooh, and a dangerous shot there from Buttersaucer once again. As the ball is maintained on Fresno State's side of the pitch. But he had an opportunity on the shot, but Buttersaucer makes a save. Fresno State playing a little bit more coordinated now. Second time there's a pass. Fresno, I guess, tries to get a pinch off the wall, but it won't convert. Hannah denies the opportunity there at midfield on the L. Red side. Able to bounce off the wall, but Buttersaucer maintaining control. Laylock's contesting up there. Gaga's going to be able to bounce it off the wall. Hannah going to be able to clear it off to the UC Santa Barbara side. Buttersaucer comes on in from the backside. Going to bounce off the wall. Back to the L. Hannah able to clear it on out. And the ball staying on Fresno State's side, and this is dangerous territory here for the Dogs. As the more it stays on this side of the pitch, never mind. Maybe that's what they needed. All the Gauchos remained on the blue side of the pitch, and Lalo able to just clear it out perfectly right into the net.
Able to beat that last guy to the ball. And that beat was very important because no one from UC Santa Barbara was expecting it. We've been watching this team throughout this entire series. I mean, everyone who's here has been watching them. And you can tell that this UC Santa Barbara has much better chemistry between their players than the Fresno State Blue team has right now. Every single time someone challenges the ball, there's never a double commit. And as I say that, they double commit. But it's most of the time, one player challenges the ball, and the other player, even if it is a rotation cut, understands what his teammate is doing and lets his teammate play the ball. They also have great overall pressure. Anytime Fresno State even thinks about playing the ball, UC Santa Barbara sets themselves up in a position to shut down the play that they thought they might have even had.
I mean, both teams, they've been shutting down really good coordinated attacks. We're seeing a little bit more from Fresno State here than we did in the last game. But just an unfortunate opportunity there from the Dogs. You saw Lalo able to try to clear it on out, but just bounced off the backside in the L, able to capitalize. And once again, UC Santa Barbara is now up 2 goals, and with only a minute and 33 left here on Gone, the Dogs need to pick up the pace.
Yeah, they definitely do, but I'm now wondering if I want to let you talk anymore, because it seems every time, right as you start talking, UCSB scores.
Hey,
So,
cast
I
or
don't know if
curse.
I want to let you
Cast
talk
or curse.
anymore.
You love to see it. Well, you hate to see if you're a Dogs fan. Maybe you like it a little more if you're on the side of UC Santa Barbara. But, yeah, maybe I should just stay low for a little bit and let you take control.
Yeah, Regicide gets the pass out to Lalo, but Gagas shuts that down before the pass even makes it to Lalo. Regicide trying to go for the strong clear, but Buttersauce there sends it over to the L, who gets one touch, a second touch, he gets it over a little too high though, sends it off the crossbar off that great attack. And oh no! Oh, the defender from Fresno trying to get back in time got bumped away by Gagas, coming out of Fresno State's own net, and that was just beautiful. He knew he didn't have to touch the ball, so all he did was just make a simple play, take the last defender out of the equation. The ball was just going in the net, so it went in the net.
And this is a totally different place than we had from game 1. Just the amount of opportunities UC Santa Barbara have set up for themselves have been phenomenal. Granted, a lot of these are just coming off little miscues coming on in from Fresno State, but they're looking really good. I did like Fresno State's shift in the game plan a little bit, as the ball is going to be contested with 1 second left. Just bounces off the top of the crossbar, and that's got to hurt if you're the Dogs. They're going to carry in some momentum heading into game 3, but man, a 1-4 game 2 loss here for the Dogs. And now, similar to like what we saw in that RSU match, it's now reversed, as UC Santa Barbara are going to be up 2-0 heading into game 3, where they only need 1, and they're going to be able to claim their first win on the season.
UC Santa Barbara definitely proving that they're potentially going to be the ones to beat in this challengers group. But right now, I think what we want to see out of Fresno is just slow down. Take the play, can make control. Don't try and play this boomer ball that we've been seeing that from them, because UC Santa Barbara is set up for it. So on the counterattack plays, we need to just slow down, play it with control, make sure we're not trying to just hit the ball away from us, because when we hit the ball away from us, it goes straight to them.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. And as we head off into the kickoff, the ball gonna start in Fresno State's favor before getting cleared out by Butter Saucer. Gonna be able to maintain some control in a 2v1 situation, but Gaga is able to clear it on out. And that is a little bit of a dangerous spot as the ball is hit into the corner. Butter Saucer gonna be able to maintain control. DL has an opportunity, but it won't matter. Butter Saucer with some phenomenal control and similar to game 2. UC Santa Barbara is gonna be up on the board first off an amazing goal from Butter Saucer.
I mean, I wouldn't really say amazing goal as much as defensive mishap from Fresno. They had players in the net. The shot wasn't much of a challenging shot to save, but both defenders committed and both of them missed, which is not a good sign, as Gagas sends a great angle double tap off the post. And Hinaha on his way to the other side with the dribble, not able to get the flick he wants. Regicide has a look, but he gets that one. Regicide off the pass from Lalo is finally able to secure Fresno their second goal of the series, tie this game up before the first minute goes down. And it's good to see Fresno get a goal, but they're going to need to get more than just one to take down this UC Santa Barbara team.
I like that look from the Dogs, though. We said it in both matches. They needed that team coordination to come through. And we finally saw it there. And they have an opportunity here. Lalo going to be able to try to push up. But unfortunately is going to be taking the ball away. And a little bit of a shot there from... Yeah.
I like the opportunity there from Lalo. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're good.
I saw Lalo come off the backward there, and he tried to hit the ball down to his teammate, but here comes UC Santa Barbara again. Gagas didn't have anyone back in the net, passes it over to Butter Saucer, who just puts it towards the net, and even though it wasn't on, Gagas was still closer than any of the last defenders from Fresno, and UC Santa Barbara again finding another lead in this game and the series. They just need to maintain this or increase on it to stay in the... Oh, I don't even know what to say off of that play. Multiple chances there from Fresno State Blue, and just both of them went off the side post, barely unable to secure a goal. We're gonna need to see them get that goal, though, if they want to have any hopes of taking at least one game off of this Santa Barbara team.
And both teams are playing aggressive. And this is what we wanted to see. Similar to the pace starting off in that first game. But a lot of these shots, instead of just like little setups, these are straight up shots being put on goal every time. Here to start off in the first 2 minutes. And there's some good looking Rocket League right now on Gone. As Fresno State, they're going to try like maybe set themselves up. But that ball from Butter Saucer almost bounces off the crossbar in, but luckily takes a perfect bounce in the Dogs' favor as they're going to go off on the attacks. He sets it up for Lalo, who's going to set up into the corner. But Butter Saucer able to clear it on out, and this is in dangerous territory. Butter Saucer had a shot opportunity there, but Regicide has one of his own. But 2 UC Santa Barbara players are there to contest it, and Fresno State's going to be denied once again.
Yeah, I'm really liking the pace of the game right now here from both teams. One thing I'd like to see a little bit from Fresno now is mix up this high pace we've seen from them, as UC Santa Barbara had 2 looks. The first one shut down by Regicide, the second one off the sidewall. Almost able to get themselves 3, but I'd like to see Fresno State Blue mix in this high-paced gameplay with a slow down sometimes a little bit. Because if they can get UC Santa Barbara on their toes with not only playing it fast, but also taking the time and playing it slow when they need to, keeping that possession like I talked about earlier, it can very easily get through this defense that UC Santa Barbara has put up so far.
Red side has an opportunity here, but unfortunately just doesn't have the angle. And the ball finally somewhat slowing down, but it's going to be UC Santa Barbara dictating the pace here. Lalo, though, Takes the ball, bounces it off the wall. But unfortunately, can't maintain control enough as the ball slowly rolls into Fresno State's half of the field. The L gonna have an opportunity here, but Laylo with the save. And now
Laylo
Oh,
keeping Fresno State's hopes of this game alive with that save, diving across the net to get there just in time.
But right now, this is dangerous, and with a minute left, Fresno State, they need a goal. Laylo maintaining control. The L gonna try to contest up in midair. Hannah has an opportunity, but won't have enough momentum going into the pit, into the goal. And with the ball staying on UC Santa Barbara's side, the Dogs have so many opportunities. But the question is, are they going to be able to get that shot to equalize it? Regicide has the goal opportunity, but it's not going to be able to take the angle in.
Are the hardest to score. Regicide had everything to look at, and he sent it off the side post. It has been a frantic last few seconds, but it looks like Santa Barbara might be the ones to get away with it. This ball is still in the air. Fresno has a chance. Laylo has to go up for this, but he's too late. That L was already there, and this ball is going to touch the ground. A 3-0 defeat in the second game for Fresno State Blue after getting a 3-0 series win off of Rogers State is not the outcome they were looking for.
Man, what a heartbreaker, man. I mean, there were so many opportunities. All right, first of all, can we agree on one thing? That third match was our premier match of the night. Like,
oh yeah,
the pace was amazing. The amount of shots on goal were like equalized by the amount of fantastic saves from both ends. But at the end of the day, it's UC Santa Barbara that were just able to capitalize more on those opportunities. And we saw there in that last minute, Fresno State, they did set themselves up with so many opportunities there. But at the end of the day, you have to hit the shots when you need them most. And they just were not able to do so at the end of the night. But man, I got to give credit to Fresno State. They were able to turn it up there in that match 3 like we wanted to see. And they were able to make the adjustment, but just like at the end of the day, the Gauchos, I think, just played better Rocket League.
Yeah, definitely. UC Santa Barbara keeping their place as the thorn in the side of Fresno State. So all we can really do now is just look forward to next week's games. We did get that 3-0 win on Rogers State, but it was kind of soured by that 3-0 loss we just had to Santa Barbara. Next week, let's hope it goes better, though, and we get potentially another 3-0 win on... Let me check who we play next week.
They're going to be playing...
UBCO. So, Colorado, right?
So, UBCO is... Let me look at... Hang on, I got to go to my thing here. Team list. UBCO. University of British Columbia, Okanagan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought Colorado. That is not Colorado.
No, I would have thought the same thing, but nope. We are facing a Canadian team next week in UBC, University of British Columbia, Okanagan. But hey, should be expecting. But if Fresno State Blue can turn up like how they did in that match 3 and what we saw from match 1, I'm excited to see next week's performance. And hopefully this time we don't get another mix-up and reschedule. If things go according to plan, with a little bit more coordination, nothing changes like it has the past 2 weeks, we should be seeing Fresno State Blue taking on UBCO Blue next week at 7 o'clock. And then following that, we actually, never mind, they might be our only match, as Fresno State Red, unfortunately, we're supposed to have a match against New Mexico State, but that match is going to be automatically rescheduled. So, if things do change, or we do get an update on that match, we'll go ahead and we'll let you guys know. Ongon, any closing remarks?
No, not really. Overall, very good games from Fresno State today. They weren't able to take one off of UC Santa Barbara in that second series, but I liked what I saw from them. The defense was much better than what we've seen from them last times. They've just got to transition that a little more to play against those highly offensive teams and also the teams that'll just shut you down like Santa Barbara will.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to add on in, and I know we like kind of sound like a broken record here, but that defense that was weaker finally showed up, but just happens to be unfortunate that their offense did slow down. And that's like one of like the biggest things watching Fresno State in that first week was like their offense was just pristine. It was phenomenal. But it seems like when that offense is shut down, the Dogs can't really do anything. But luckily their defense was able to step up tonight in a big way. But once again, I think it's just unfortunate that they weren't able to like capitalize off anything. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and see. We do actually have. So Fresno State, they are going to be coming back next week, as they are going to, or we're going to be back on this channel next week on Monday when Fresno State Valorant jumps back into action. I'm trying to see if I can get an update because they were actually playing tonight against UC Riverside Blue. I'm trying to see if I can find an update on their match. So unfortunately, it looks like the Dogs did lose in their best of 3, 1-2 to UC Riverside. The first map went to overtime, 13-15 for UC Riverside. They were able to bounce back big with 13-3 win, but lost in Icebox 11-13. So the Dogs Valorant team is going to fall to 1-1 on the season, similar to Fresno State Blue. But you know what though? Next week gonna be a bounce back week for all the Dogs. That's what we gotta hope for, right, Ongon?
Yeah, that's definitely what we gotta hope for next week.
All right, and with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning on in to tonight's very, very scuffed action and broadcast of Fresno State Rocket League over here on the Fresno State Esports channel. If you do want to stay updated for any updates, such as a match being delayed, you could go ahead and follow us on our social medias, on Twitter, and on Instagram at Fresno State ES. You can also join us on Discord as well for any updates of Fresno State. That link should be in if you type in ! Discord. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning on into tonight's broadcast. From alongside Mr. Ongon68, go ahead and check out his channel, by the way. From Ongon68, I am Ricky J. Thank you guys so much for tuning on into tonight's action. We'll be seeing you guys next week. And go Dogs.